let's talk about my latest episode of White Privilege, which happened today. My brother and I we went into San Francisco today. We went to the Metreon Theater. It's at like 4th and Mission. There's a new Spinal Tap movie coming out sometime this summer. In order to promote that, they re-released the first Spinal Tap movie in theaters for a limited run. And so I got us tickets to go see that because we'd never seen it in a theater before. And so Falcon picked me up. He came to my apartment, and then I sat in my passenger seat of my car, and I let him drive my car into the city, because driving a car with Falcon as your passenger, I love my brother to death, but driving a car and having him as a passenger, not a super enjoyable experience. And he doesn't want to take his car into the city because, so I'm like, yeah, we can take my car, but you're driving. He's like, okay, great. And so I get to sit in the passenger side, which is a great song off of Wilco's first record. We drove into the city. We went and saw Spinal Tap, the first one, in a theater. Absolutely fucking epic and fantastic and amazing in every single way. It was so amazing to get to see that film in a theater. And like, it's an AMC theater. It was Metreon, so we got the seats that like recline electronically. It was so amazing. It was so great. Anyway, the movie was over. We walked back to the car. We get in the car. Brother's driving. I'm sitting in the passenger seat. On the back lower left window of the rear window of my car, I'm a gun owner. I have 6 guns, 2 handguns, 2 shotguns, 2 rifles. One of the rifles that I bought is manufactured by a company named Daniel Defense. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that I get to own this. I have the civilian version of the Daniel Defense AR-15 that is issued to special forces in America's military forces. And that model, the Daniel Defense M4A1, is also extremely popular among America's law enforcement. And America's law enforcement also primarily on that weapon puts an optic on top of that called an Aimpoint Pro red dot optic. When I bought that gun and I bought that optic, each of those came with stickers. And so I put those 2 stickers in the lower left-hand rear window of my car. And I've made a couple of videos about how I've been pulled over on the 5 between San Francisco and Los Angeles by CHP, California Highway Patrol troopers. And there have been at least 2 times when I was going 95 miles an hour and I got pulled over, clearly speeding and breaking the law. And cops pull me over. They see those stickers on the back of my window. They see me, Mr. White Privilege, and they come up to the window, and I always have my license, registration, proof of insurance. I'm like, here you go. And they're like, I saw your stickers. Do you have any weapons in the car today? I'm like, nope, today's not a range day. And they're like, all right. Never once have they asked me to open my vehicle so that they could check to make sure that I don't have any of my guns with me. They're like, all right, I'll be back in a minute. And they run my name and license and make sure I don't have any warrants. And then they come back up to the window. And we would end up having a 10 or 15-minute long conversation about guns.
Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to today's episode. When you try to see, some people, they still having this mindset thinking that there is no more white privilege. These are propaganda. Why you always people talking about something like this? I've never seen something like this in my life. I've never gained anything from my white privilege. This white man is trying to let us know white privilege is still there, is still working each and every time. He's trying to let us know more how he been gaining a lot of things from his white privilege, but this time around he's trying to educate us more so that we could know that what we always talk about, what black people always talk about, it is something true, it is something real. Guys, let's dive in, let's get to hear him very well. Drop your thought in the comment section, then we'll come back with more commentary.
And about what guns I have and what guns they have that, and both of those times they let me off with a warning. I did not get a ticket. When I was going 25 to 30 miles an hour over the speed limit. That is white privilege. It is. So today, after the movie, my brother and I would get in the car. He's driving. And, we're driving westbound on one of the side streets north of Market. We stopped at a stoplight at Powell, right where the cable cars are. And an SFPD SUV pulls up right next to us. And the cop is like, "Hey man, what kind of Daniel defense you got?" And I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "I saw your sticker, man. What kind of Daniel defense you got?" I was like, "I got the M4A1. He's like, "Right on, man. I got the DDM4, I think it's V7, I think he said. I think it's a newer model." And we chit-chatted about guns. And we're sitting there as the light turns green. And we're still having a conversation. And we're chit-chatting. The light turns yellow. It turns red. And he's like, "Right on, man." He's like, "You can go ahead and go through the light." We're like, "Cool, thanks." And with two San Francisco police officers sitting next to me in their vehicle, my brother and I drove through a red light because they told us we could, because I had gun stickers on the back of my car and we had a conversation about guns. That is white privilege. It just is. I don't give a shit whether you think it is or not. It just is. Because those kinds of Daniel defense firearms, I have the civilian version. The military version is obviously issued to special forces in the United States military. Lots of police departments across the country use that same weapon. That gun, the civilian version of that gun is, I don't know, $2,000, $2,500. It was $2,500 or $3,000 by the time I got the gun and put the optic on it. The optic was pricey as well. And, so it's like those two officers pulling up next to me, right next to me, because I was in the passenger seat. And they pulled up on the passenger side, and they pulled up and saw me and saw my brother. And there was no inquiry. There was no nothing other than, "Hey man, what kind of Daniel defense you got?" And we had a nice chat about firearms. I didn't get pulled over. I was not required to get out of the vehicle, nor was my brother. No law enforcement guns were drawn. No backup was called. No shots were fired. Nobody got tased. None of those things happened. None of those things happened. Those things didn't happen. I'm advertising on the back of my car that I own a Daniel Defense assault rifle, effectively, because they don't make handguns. And the conversation was very pleasant and very cordial. It was, dare I say, jovial. There was mutual appreciation because I'm white. Because I'm white. So, white privilege is simply the color of my skin has never made my life more difficult. And there have been multiple times where the color of my skin has been quite beneficial when I am interacting one-on-one with law enforcement. That's white privilege. And I benefit from that every day.
I hate the phrase white privilege. I think a lot of white people do. Doesn't mean it's not accurate. I don't like it because no one knows my past. I had a truck driver father. My best friend's dad was a fireman. My other best friend's dad worked for an aluminum factory. We don't feel like we had privilege because we had to work for everything we got. However, what I realized we have as white people in this country is white power. We are the largest group of white people in the most powerful, successful, financial, technologically advanced country in the history of the world. I am fortunate to be part of that class, and that class is power. Now, what has America, white America, done with that power? Well, we've taken credit for a lot of stuff that weren't ours. We've held others back so we can advance ourselves. We've treated people horrifically. We bought people, brought them over here, treated them like property, and then treated them like complete shit when we said, okay, you can be an American now. We had power. I mean, we emailed a rich to the space station 15 years ago, and we've got kids who don't know when or where their next meal is coming from in this country. We have roughly 500,000 homeless people and growing, and it's estimated 125,000 of them are homeless vets. We have our freedom because these men and women fought and defended it. And yet they're homeless in the most wealthiest, powerful country in the world. What good is power, white people, if we don't use it for good? We have the cards. Why aren't we using them? I never thought I'd say this, but sometimes it's hard to be a white person when you see everyone else going around you not giving a shit. Change is hard, even for me, because it means I have to admit to myself I was wrong for a very long time. And that's a big blow to your ego. But guess what? I'm a big boy and I can take it. We've got to do better. This is America. Have a great day.
When you try to see how many things keep happening, especially on this land of America, because of these things of racism here and there, this white privilege. But when black people try to come out to talk about it, you hear some people saying these are not things real. You are making propaganda. You are bringing division among races. But after hearing this white man, the way he tried to explain each and everything on his daily basics, the way he tried to commit a lot of things which are bad, which are illegal, but no matter how they approach him, they will give him a favor. They will say, what are you doing? You explain, they will let you, okay, it's okay, just go. Because they have checked your skin of your color is something which is matching their preference. But when you try to observe on the other hand, black people has been suffered a lot, especially on this land of America we are talking about, because of their skin of their color. They have denied a lot of opportunities. How come you are carrying all these things of guns here and there? When you meet with the cops, they'll say, hi, how are you? What are you doing? What are you carrying? They will never even bother to come and check in your car. But if it was a black man who doing something like this, they will call all sort of cops to come and pick him to the prison. Just try to imagine. When you try to see this time around, some white people, they will come out to say, me, I don't have anything to do with you. I can be a racist anytime I want because there is no anyone who come out to ask me, what are you doing? I can harass any race any way I want because I have my white privilege. But sometimes when you try to understand them saying something like that, you may think that they are lying. But after hearing this man, you may get some ideas that these people, they grew up, know that they are the most priority, they are the most protected, they can do whatever they want. How come you will see black people passing here, a white woman will call a cops on him saying, I've seen this young black guy passing here, I feel insecure. And the cops will come after him. Sometimes people will ask themselves, what if these things happen? If it was a white man, they will let him go. These things happen if it was a black man doing something crazy like this, they will end his life. This is something people are used. When you see when cops try to to stand you, to stop you, when they see that you are a people of color, and the one day you meet that corpse, they have other mindset about races, who make things hard for you. They will make things hard for you, either you like it, no matter how you would explain yourself, no matter how you would humble yourself, no matter you try to be right on them, they will make everything crazy on you, because they know you don't belong in what they want. You are not matching their values. No wonder these people coming out in nowadays saying there is the white privilege and is still working on this land of America. You need to be very careful. You have seen black people, they grew up teaching their kids, whenever you meet police cops stop you, you don't resist. Try your best level to understand. If you resist, they will shoot you. They will end your life, because whenever you are a people of color living on this land, you know how to have strategy, to know how to live, to know how to protect yourself whenever something comes on your way. This is what is really happening. This is what we are seeing. You go in a shop, you go to shopping, no one will come after you to ask you, what are you checking? They will come after you. You go just there freely because you have that white privilege. You shop for each and everything you want. They will never say that you want to steal, but you go in the other store, they will tell you, I don't sell these people of color because you are crimes you want to steal in my supermarket. I don't want you. Just go with your money. Now you see, and for sure when the cops will come, they will say there is no need to come shopping here if they don't want you. Just try to imagine. There is a video which went trend. Some black people was complaining in Manchester in UK, saying whenever they want to go in a club, there is some clubs in UK, they don't allow black people to enter. When you go there, you are in a group of black people, no matter how you force yourself, in those clubs, they are very expensive. They will never allow you to enter. But when a white guy come, he will immediately enter without any question. This is what the black people are passing through till date. And when they come out to complain, please, please, we are passing through hell. This land of America has never treated us like human. They never treat us equally. They always make life miserable on us. This is what we are hearing. You have heard these white people, this trip they made. They do all sort of crazy things, but they never had any issues anyway. They keep doing these things till date. This is not in the back days. Till date, we are still having a lot of people complaining about their lives, while other people, they are just there resting because they know they have that white privilege. No wonder we are keep telling people, you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful. You need to know how to sort your things. You need to know how to protect yourself, how to explain yourself. Whenever someone approach you, remember to respond in a way which will not cause a lot of problems. Remember to know who to call, how to do your things, so that these people do not take advantage of you. Because when never something happen, when there is no any witness, they will throw each and everything on your head. They will say, you have did this, you have done this, and you have never done something like that. And they will only hear these white people because they only trust each other. They don't want to hear anything from other people. This is what is really still hurting America till date. This is what we're still saying. Racism is so expensive in America. A lot of things are getting scattered because of this mentality of white privilege. A lot of things are keep crumbling because of this mentality of white privilege. Imagine that video, that black woman went in a spare store to make his car repaired, but that white man tell her, I can't do anything for you. And the people were saying, oh, why are you saying something like this? You need to know that there is a way you need to take your car or where you are not allowed to take your car. Why? Why? This is what we always saying. People need to understand that these things we always see people passing it through. If they don't come out to stop this system, there is no anywhere black people are going to stop talking about their issues because they keep passing through all those things, and you want them to keep quiet because they have never get any help after even talking for decades to decades about their problems. Guys, let me know what you think about today's episode. Drop your thought in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you in my next episode. Bye.